Hello, this is a mock sales call for training purposes. I am playing a prospective client, and Andrew is playing the sales representative. Before we dive in, can you give me the quick overview of what Uplift at Work is and who it's really for?
Yes, Uplift at Work is a four-module training that helps managers just perform better all over. And it's going to really give them the help that they need to have difficult conversations with their employees and really kind of break that barrier of connection with the employees. Uh, it's just a short four-module training course that they can break up over time, and it's a lot of fun. It's very involved for each manager. They are in depth in the training. There's a workbook that comes along with it. So everyone seems to enjoy themselves.
Wonderful. Thank you. What types of companies or teams usually get the most value from this?
So I have no idea.
Solid.
Uh, what type? Is there an answer that goes along with that?
No, just
Okay.
yeah.
I've never been hit with that question before.
What problem are you most often helping organizations solve?
I think the largest problem that we solve is just the disconnection from management and employees. Sometimes you won't even see it. It's just there. And it exists and no one even knows that it's going on. So until we kind of have those difficult conversations and learn the best ways to really approach them without making a, decent situation into a worse situation, we can help kind of make a that situation into something that's going to be positive at the end and really boost everyone's morale.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Mhm.
So, what does a typical session usually look like?
So a typical session is a Zoom call where we have two trainers that are giving the training. Need to find a better word for that, but they are giving out the training, and they so it's Zoom based. We have two trainers, and it's a 90-minute course that's all online, as well as we send out a workbook. And there's going to be breakout sessions after each one of the lessons. And so the participants will have some time to actually put those lessons into work just after that. So they're really learning and then they're applying directly after that. So that's a typical session for the most part. We allow some time at the end to ask for questions. But for the most part, it's open as well. If we have a chat line that's open, they can ask questions as they come up. And then, at the appropriate time, we always answer those questions.
Wonderful. That's awesome. So, how practical is this? Will people leave with tools they can use right away?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the best parts about our training is they can use this in the workplace. They can use this from their day-to-day lives. They can use it with their family. A lot of the lessons that I've witnessed myself, I've even been able to apply them in my own life. And I think it's very applicable and there's a lot of use that comes out of it.
Okay, wonderful. So, what kind of results do companies usually see after completing a program like this?
We see a large uptick in employee productivity. We see happiness inside the workplace. So sometimes you'll not even see things happening where people aren't as happy as they could be there. But after we've kind of applied our training and everyone really feels heard at that organization, they turn into much happier workers. And you get lower downtime. You have less kind of, hate to use the word burnout, but we can help combat burnout. And I think that's a fantastic thing.
Wonderful. So, how do you help leaders connect this training to performance or retention?
That's a good question. We help them connect the lessons by using examples that they can put into play immediately after the training.
Oh, awesome. So we've done trainings before, but they just didn't really stick. How is this training any different?
I think it's way different from anything that's out there right now, and I think in a very positive way. So, a lot of the times we see webinars that are not very involved for the employees. It's kind of like put it on your screen, check out, check a couple emails, just listen. Our training is very engaging, and we do that from creating the breakout rooms where each one of their employees gets to work through the lessons in the training and kind of help each other. And I think even within that training, there's kind of a just a sense of like everyone wants to kind of work together. And I think at the bare minimum, if that's all that they pull from the training, although I think there's a lot more that they can gain, that alone, just creating that connection amongst your employees is a huge thing.
Awesome. So, how do you make sure this doesn't just feel good for a week?
So we give them real applications that they can practice and use. We don't expect them to just go right out of the box and just be, completely finished with the training. It's always going to be kind of an ongoing thing.
Okay.
And it helps them give a point of reference as they get to keep their workbooks. So they can always go back and kind of reference what would I have done in that situation versus, instead of just going straight through it, you overthink it. This gives them real tools where they can go back to it and reference, hey, here's what I would have said in that situation, during this training. Now I'm going to find a way to apply that with this employee or this person in my life.
Wonderful. That's awesome that there's a workbook that they can refer back to after the training.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun and it's great to have as just a resource. Just having that workbook alone, they'll get to keep it with them for the rest of their lives. And who knows, maybe they'll take it, throughout their entire careers, which is what we hope.
Awesome. So, my team is already stretched really thin. How realistic is this time-wise?
It's very realistic. So we have your employees take lunch. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if they have to take a 30-minute lunch break, our training only costs the company three of those lunch breaks. So we have a 90-minute training course for each module, and that's it for the day. They can be completed. So they don't have to stay in the training all day. You're not losing an entire day. You're only losing 90 minutes at a time. And if you break that up over the period of a month's time, you're not really losing much time in the long run.
Okay. So piggybacking off that question, how do most companies think about budgeting for this training?
That's a good one. It's another one I don't know the answer to.
Cool, let's write down.
Trying to think of what I would say with their company, because each company is going to be a little bit different, but how has everyone else viewed getting this into a budget, basically? Say something like, so we've seen a lot of companies work it into their beginning of the year budget, and after they've completed the training, we've seen it boost. Well, they say after they've completed the training, we've seen companies get a large ROI after utilizing the training.
I think that sounds great.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
nice. Okay. If we wanted to explore this further, what would next steps look like?
Absolutely. So what we can do is work on a proposal for you, and once that is completed, we will send that over your way, and you and I can review it together. How does that sound?
That sounds lovely.
Perfect.
Wonderful. So, what information would you recommend I take back to my leadership team?
So I can get you the main brochure that's kind of like an informational packet that we have. Um, I can send you back with that. I can give you the employee wellness packet as well. That's a really good resource to have, even if you're not considering finishing out the training. I would definitely suggest going through that with your employees. And I think I think that'll do it, and absolutely throughout the process, if there's any questions that come up that I can help with, anyone else I can speak with, to help get this put into place, absolutely reach out to me and I will take that call immediately.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Andrew. That was all the questions I had for now. And you did a great job answering all of them. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Have a good day.
You too.